than 30 minutes away from kicking off tonight's game. I'd like to remind everyone that the concession stands are open, and they are located at both the east and west end zones of the stadium. Be sure to stop by there, get yourself something to eat and something to drink throughout the evening. Riverview Rams football would like to thank our sponsors above our capital, Allstate Insurance, Aqua Plumbing and Air, Coast to Coast Pools, Eco Clear Products, Nutter Custom Construction, VisMed Center for Physical Medicine, Mullets Aluminum Products. Our field side sponsors this year, the class of 2024, Eco Clear Products, Glory Days Grill, Wiseman Construction, and HCA, Florida Doctors Hospital. We would like to give a big shout out to our friends at PDQ and New Concepts Construction LLC for sponsoring the Ram Jam event that was held here on campus on Wednesday night. Big thank you to the Daiquiri Deck for providing our pregame meal for the junior varsity team for their game yesterday. And thanks again to our friends at Chick-fil-A located at Pelican Plaza for providing breakfast for the team this morning, and our pregame meal presented by Glory Days Grill. Coming up in about 15 minutes, we will have a great ceremony taking place down on the field where tonight we will officially rename the field here this evening and honor an absolute legend here at Riverview High School and head coach John Sprague. And so right now, chatting up with a lot of his former players and coaches. We'll bring you that ceremony coming up in less than 15 minutes. But already making their way into the Ram Bowl, make some noise for the best band in the land, Riverview High School Cooksie Band. The band will come up at halftime with their halftime performance. Mighty Sailor Band. Best of luck to the Cokies as they take part in the NBA competition tomorrow evening at Manatee High School.
Gentlemen, please welcome the Guilty Band. The staff includes Norm Vaughn, Associate Band Director, Chuck Evans, Percussion and Associate Band Director, LCD, Pilot Dance Instructor, Kayla Kavanaugh and Amy Earl, Color Guard Instructor, Layla Bagpipe Instructor, Dick Bruno, Percussion Instructor, and the Director of Bands is Tamara Lewis. We open our show tonight with God Bless America. Please rise and remove your hats for the playing of our national anthem. We thank the JROTC for providing the color guard and raising the flag on the west side of the stadium. Now, please join Band Captain Jamil Belkamp and the Guilty Band as we honor America.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all of Ram Nation, at this time, would you please turn your attention down onto the field and to the east end zone of the stadium, and please make some noise for Ram legend head coach John Sprague. Joining Coach Sprague, his family, his friends, his former assistant coaches, and many of his former players are here to take part in this special ceremony here this evening, which has long been overdue. Coach Sprague is a legend and an institution at Riverview High School. He started his coaching career in 1981 and continued on as head coach for the Rams in football until his retirement in 2010. For over 29 years, John dedicated his life to ensuring that his football players and students not only have the skills to be successful in the classroom and on the field, but with persistence and resilience needed to succeed in life beyond Riverview's campus. Coach Sprague's accolades range from a state finalist in 1988 and 1990 to Nike Coach of the Year and to the NFL Coach of the Year in 2010. This does not account for 6 years that he led the Rams to regional championships, 12 years as district champions, and 7 times Riverview High School was ranked nationally by the USA Today while he was head coach. During his tenure as football coach, he accumulated an overall record of 230 wins and 98 losses. John personally coached 253 players that went on to college with scholarships, including 16 All-Americans and 52 All-State players, as well as several players that eventually obtained an NFL contract. Many of these players account for John as the main reason for their success. A recent NFL Super Bowl player said, quote, "I was successful in college because my coaches were like the ones at Riverview. They cared and made me believe in my ability, and I am here today because of their efforts." As a track coach, John was on the coaching staff that produced 15 boys district championships and 5 girls district titles, along with 3 boys regional championships. Upon retiring from coaching football, Coach Sprague became the head boys golf coach, where his teams won 2 district titles, 1 regional championship, and an individual state champion in the 2022 season. Coach Sprague has given over 3 decades to the Riverview community, and he continues to give us all to make Ram Nation a better place. We want to humbly thank the Sarasota County School Board and the superintendent for accepting our consideration of naming Riverview's football field the John Sprague Field. In gratitude of his service to the Riverview community, all our high schools have buildings or fields named after people who influenced generations of children and encouraged them to see greater futures for themselves and their families. We highly doubt that we will see a coach quite like John during our lifetime at Riverview. His dedication and his passion for students is a gift, and we are forever grateful that he has chosen the Riverview community as his recipient. Ladies and gentlemen, let me be the first to officially welcome you to the Ram Bowl at John Sprague Field. Thank you, Coach, and congratulations to you and your family on this special, special moment.
Oh, no, we're good.
All right, Ram Nation, make some noise one more time. Give it up for Ram legend, head coach John Sprague. Tonight's officials this evening are from the Gulf Coast Football Officials Association. Our referee this evening is Will Rogers. Our umpire is Rich Rio. Our head linesman is Kevin Wilcox. Our line judge is Michael Pierce. Our back judge is Larry Galassi. Our clock operators this evening are Gary Couch and Henry Cooper. Captains are just about ready to head out to midfield for the coin toss. And joining our captains this evening for the coin toss, please welcome Sarasota County Superintendent of Schools, Barry Connor, and the assisting with the coin flip here this evening. And our captains this evening for the Sailors, number 1, Joe Ziegler. Number 2, Jackson Mullet. Number 3, Jackson Rosowitz. And number 32, Hayden McSwain. Captains this evening for your Rams, number 7, Braxton Thomas. Number 10, Henry Fioriglio. Number 34, Chase Caldwell. And number 55, Weston Brugadoria. and they have elected to defer to the second half. So Riverview will kick off and defend the East goal. Implications on the line here tonight at the Ramble at John Sprague Field. Making their way onto the field, visiting Sarasota Sailors. And now, Ram Nation, get on your feet and make some noise from here.
There's no place you would rather be than at the Ramble tonight. It's a classic rivalry between the Sarasota Sailors and the Riverview Rams, as the Rams got a win against Manatee last week and are trying to pick up their 13th straight win in 12 years against the Sarasota Sailors. My name's Addison Resco. Alongside me in the booth, my partner, Jonathan Morelli. Stoked to have you on the broadcast with us tonight. It's a game that you look forward to on the schedule every single season. The Rams and the Sailors. And last year, Jonathan, we came into the game with thoughts of a close game, and that's exactly what we got. We got a 14-0 Riverview win, a game that, while it was a double-digit win, was close the entire way out. A DJ Johnson touchdown by the Pylons secured the win for the Rams. However, between this year and last year, it's a totally different story. Sarasota had the better record going into last year. This year, polar opposite. Sarasota, after making their first playoff appearance in over a decade, has kind of fallen off the map. They won their first game against Southeast last week. They're 1-7 on the season. They've got a tough task in front of them to try and end the 12-year streak that the Rams have on the Sailors.
Yeah, this is an entirely new Riverview team from last year. That doesn't mean new players. That means a new team. The team chemistry, like I've been saying all season long, Addison, has been entirely different from last year. The chemistry, the team bonding has been closer than ever.
Kicking off for the Rams will be number 36, Nick Delphi. Back team for the Sailors, number 1, Joe Ziegler, and number 2, Jackson Mullet.
The Rams won the toss and elected to defer to the second half. Friday night action at the Ramble. It is rivalry week. John Ford and Franklin Crawford back to receive, but it goes in the back of the end zone. And that is where the Sailors offense will take over. And that will bring out the Sailors offense. Johnny Scuteri in at quarterback for the Sailors.
Johnny Squitieri, a very mobile quarterback, quick on his feet, can also throw on the run. For this Riverview defense, I think it's critical for them to keep Squitieri inside the pocket. As long as they can do that, I think they should be able to limit Squitieri.
Squitieri fires it over to Mullen on the first play of the game and is pushed out of bounds after a solid gain of 5. The back for the Sailors, he had a great game against Riverview last year at Sarasota. Joe Ziegler, the senior running back, wasn't able to find the end zone. He was close a couple of times, had one called back. Joe Ziegler, again, you talked about the mobility of the quarterback. Joe Ziegler also such a force on the offensive side of the ball. The offense hasn't necessarily been the issue for the Sailors this season. It's been more so on the defensive side of the ball. 2nd down and 5. Mullet goes in motion. And they'll give it to Ziegler. And Ziegler, a nice cut and a first down. So 2 solid plays to start the game for the Sailors. And if there's anything you got to look at here for tonight's game, records do not matter when it comes to a rivalry week. Anything can happen, and obviously Riverview has dominated the last decade or so of this rivalry, but it's a rivalry game. And right now it's a clean sheet. Sailors don't care that they're 1-7. All they come in here, playoffs might be completely out of the picture, but they're desperate for this win over the Rams. A screen over to Ziegler. Ziegler shakes by one tackler, and he's got some room on the left side. Ziegler following his blockers, and he's tackled down at the 30-yard line. A dream start for Joe Ziegler and the Sarasota Sailors. Again, we just talked about it. Joe Ziegler, he's a tough runner. Shows it there.
Yeah, you see Ziegler go out to the flat for a pass. Squitieri finds him. Ziegler follows his block, finds a seam, continues to follow his blocks downfield. Great blocking by the receivers downfield. Finds the open space and just has a great run.
Laventure was able to tackle him down. Laventure had the interception in the end zone last week against Manatee. Riverview won that game 21-14 to kind of get back on track after 2 weeks ago in the disaster against Clearwater. They'll stay on the ground. And Ziegler trots ahead for about 2 yards on the carry, down at the 28-yard line. We saw this a lot against Riverview last year. Sarasota moved it inside the Riverview 30-yard line more than 3 times and weren't able to score on either of them. Riverview got 2 stops when Sarasota had first down and goal at the 1. Sarasota has to cash in on all the chances they get against this Rams defense.
Yeah, like you said, this year's team, Sarasota team, offensively not bad. A decent offensive Sarasota football team. The problem comes when the defense steps on the field. As you can see, Sarasota Sailors driving the ball right down the field first drive. Now I know the emotions are high, right? Like you said, it's a rivalry week. Records don't matter. The emotions are high. The Sailors want to win this football game.
James Griffith's got the tackle on 2nd down. There was another screen out to Ziegler, so it brings up 3rd down and 5 from the Riverview 25-yard line.
This would be a huge momentum killer for the Rams if they can get a stop here on an early 3rd down.
Mullet goes in motion. Squitieri drops back. You talked about the mobility. Shaking and baking. And he's tackled down inside the 15-yard line.
Like I said earlier, Squitieri has got to be contained. Once he slips outside of that pocket, he is dangerous. Like I said, he can throw on the run and he can scramble. He's a dual threat when it comes to his feet. And like we just saw there, he can make defenders miss. You don't know what to expect when he scrambles outside of the pocket.
Squitieri picks up 13 yards on the 3rd and 5 run. Brings up 1st down and 10 inside the 15. They mark it at the 12.
First 10 Sailors at the Ram 12.
Crawford and Mullen out wide. 2 tight ends go in motion. And this probably be coming back on the Sailors.
And that will be a delay of game penalty against
See the Sailors keeping it on the ground, which seems to have been working for the first few plays of this game.
A very solid crowd at the Ramble. The student section starting to pick up on both sides. First down and 15 inside the 20. Sailors knocking on the door on their first drive of the game, trying to get their second win of the season. Squateri hands it off, a flag comes flying out immediately, and Ziegler is met immediately.
There's going to be a hold on the end. The Sailors.
Feliglio got in on the stop right away. Legal motion called against the Sailors. So the Sailors, after moving right inside to the 12-yard line to back themselves up 10 yards, it'll be first down and 20. First down at 20, 8 minutes to go here in quarter number 1. Squateri drops it off again, and it's a solid gain, trying to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It's the tight end Nathan Wells on the reception, who leads the team in yards per game. Brings up second down and 13. A nice chunk play on first down. Mullen in motion again. They'll dump it off to Mullen. Mullen's got some room, and he's going to be tackled out of bounds by a couple of Rams, and it is going to be third down and short. That's been the Sailors' bread and butter to this point in the game, has been the little dump off, and it's worked pretty well to this point in the game.
Yeah, you see the Sailor offense mixing up their plays, preventing the Riverview defense from predicting what they're going to call. Using their receivers, using the outside in the run game, using the middle and going outside.
And we'll take this opportunity to thank our
timeout called by Sarasota. It's their first of the half. They'll talk things over before a crucial third down and 3. We're here at the Ramble for the Rams and the Sailors. 0-0 our score halfway through quarter number 1.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Following the Sailor timeout.
Third down and 3. What do the Sailors have? Squateri trying to run forward, and he cannot. He is short of the first down marker. A flag is out on the far side of the field. And this is a crucial call.
And it's again going to be another illegal shift penalty against the Sailors. So that'll back them up. Another 5 yards, and it will now be third down and 8.
So they have the stop. However, Sarasota very well could have gone for it on 4th down and 1, so they're going to push them back and make them try 3rd down over again. It'll be 3rd down and 8. All right on the 10-yard line.
So far, we've seen the Sailors utilize the entire field, which has allowed them to get downfield.
Squateri dumps it off again, and he is leveled out of bounds.
And he's going to be taken down out of bounds by number 8, Jason Evans.
Jason Evans came in hard with the tackle, and it will be a field goal attempt for the Sailors.
That bubble pass to Jackson Mullet in motion has worked this opening drive for the Sailors, but I think the Riverview defense has caught on, obviously, as we just saw there.
And it will be Andrew Clayton to attempt the field goal. Will be from 25 yards out. Clayton missed one against the Rams last year in that 14-0 Riverview win. This one from 25 out.
And his kick is up.
And he got it. So the Sailors drive down the field on their first drive of the game and take a 3-0 lead over the Rams. Well, if you're Sarasota, the way that this season has gone, you talk about something to build off of for the rest of this game. You drive down the field methodically, no big plays, just dink and dunks here and there. You get yourself on the board, and there's the confidence. All right, we can hang in there with these guys. Water break here with 5:53.
The thing for this Sarasota offense to be careful of is being able to play 4 quarters, right? We've seen time and time again offenses hanging in there with this Riverview defense for the first quarter, maybe the first half, and then once we get to the second quarter, we see a first half team, right? We see a 4-quarter Riverview defense in a first half, 2-quarter opponent offense.
Something that we haven't seen from the Rams is, as you mentioned, that complete game yet. There's been a few, especially at the beginning of the season, but as we've gotten into the heart of the season, you know, you talked about the meltdown against Clearwater, even last week against Manatee, up 21-0, and then a game-saving tackle by Luke Haskins at the 1-yard line to save that game from possibly being a repeat of the prior week against Clearwater. A little booch kick that might be recovered by the Sailors, and it is! A flag does come out. It was recovered by Nick Wasowicz. Nick Wasowicz recovered it, but it's going to be a fair catch interference on the Sailors. A perfect play, but just
smart play there to call a fair catch by number 87, Christian leads out.
And the Rams will now start the drive inside the 50, mark them at the 47-yard line. Thomas leads the Rams out there on the season, 805 passing yards, 7 touchdowns, thrown for, 6 run for, and a carry right there by Al Oliver, tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Interesting sight there. We see number 77, Big Al, line up in the backfield to receive the handoff.
And there it is, DJ Johnson, the carry. They will give him 6, and that puts him over the 1,000 mark on the season. Give him 1,003. An impressive resume for this kid, and they'll give it right back to him. DJ Johnson plowing ahead, and he's going to be just shy of the first down marker.
Now, we've said it over and over again on the broadcast, but not only DJ Johnson, but Isaiah Belt as well. Both running backs refuse to go down. on initial contact, right? That's part of the reason they've been so successful throughout the season. Like you said, hitting the 1,000-yard mile mark. The refusal to go down after initial contact and just keep pushing for those extra yards. Huge part of the success.
The Riverview Rams running group between Thomas, DJ Johnson, and Isaiah Belt has a combined 24 touchdowns on the season as Johnson takes it to the outside and gets a gain of 8.
Yeah, both of these running backs in the Riverview backfield, very quick, very light on their feet, able to follow their blocks. Quick running backs, but also are not afraid to lower their shoulders when they need to. Right, both of these running backs can run people over for clutch first downs or goal line runs.
Isaiah Belt now in the backfield. It's Miller in motion. Miller spinning off a tackler, stays on his feet, and is wrapped up, but after he picks up the first down yardage. So here come the Rams right down the field.
Taking out that number 3, Nate Wazowitz, but with that run, that's going to move the chains. Good enough for Riverview, first down.
First down and 10, nearing the red zone. It's from the 26-yard line. A give to Belt. And he's going to be wrapped up by Bradford Stokes.
Braxton Thomas usually really good with that read option. Probably should have taken that one himself to the right side. Had a big opening. Instead hands it off for a short gain.
Riverview keeps it on the ground. Belt, how did he get out of that mess? Isaiah Belt in the end zone for a touchdown. That's a grown man run. He may be a sophomore, but he doesn't run like one. The Rams strike back and are an extra point away from a 7-3 lead against the Sailors.
Like I was just saying, the extra effort by the Riverview running backs.
That is now 25 rushing touchdowns on the season for the Riverview Rams as Majestic Van Ingen continues her impressive season, 22 of 23 on extra points.
And I mean, the pure strength by both of these running backs in the Riverview backfield. Game after game, run after run, they do not give up. You see it week after week after week.
I don't know how we got out of that. There were 6 guys who touched them, maybe more. 2, 3, 4. Unbelievable. An unbelievable run, and it has the Rams up 7-3 with 3:22 to play in quarter number 1.
Also great teammate in Braxton Thomas running downfield with Belt. Give him that final push into the end zone. Not that he needed it.
And another touchback on the kickoff. And the Sailors will start on the 20-yard line, which brings back out Johnny Squateri. A solid drive for the Sailors. Got in the red zone, but a couple of penalties set them back on that drive. And as we just saw, those drives that you get down there, you've got to turn into points if you're Sarasota, because Riverview's offense is going to roll through the defense tonight. You've got to score. When you get in there, you can't just score. You got to score 6 every time.
Yeah, in a game like this, the Sailors cannot afford to miss opportunities like that opening drive.
A pitch to Ziegler on first down, and he is going to be brought to the ground Ja'Cory Denro and Landon Marsters in on the stop.
The Sailors offense utilizing the backfield in the short pass game so far in these first 2 drives. I'm wondering if they're going to open the playbook, utilize the downfield, the long ball, or maybe throw some passes over the middle, surprise this Riverview defense a little bit.
2nd down and 7, under 3 to play in quarter number 1. Crawford in motion. Squateri over the middle. He's got his receiver in Mullet. Mullet one man to beat, but Travis Smith Jr. tracks him down. You just talked about opening it up, and that's exactly what they do, and they almost broke it for 6.
Yeah, like I said, the Riverview defense caught by surprise. They're expecting the short game, right? You see number 4, Franklin Crawford in motion. You might be thinking a pitch backwards or a bubble pass.
And they ran that bubble pass to Jackson Mullet when they ran that exact formation on the other drive. Had Riverview caught off guard, and it's a big gain on 2nd down and 7. 53 yards, or 47. Hand off up the middle on 1st down, and Kayvon Love all over that one.
That is one thing that's probably not going to work the remainder of this game. Those running back dives up the middle, that's not going to work with this Riverview defensive front 4. And I think the Sailors are going to learn that pretty quickly.
Sailors offense has done a nice job of moving the ball down the field tonight. 7-3, nearing the end of quarter number 1 at the Ramble. Sailors trying to end a 12-game losing streak against Riverview. Squateri rolls to the left on 2nd down, throws it, and almost intercepted by Luke Haskins. Had his hands on it, just couldn't corral it.
Terry looking for number 11. Pretty good when throwing on the run. Got outside the pocket, pretty dangerous when that happens. Looking for number 11, had an open receiver if Henry Fioriglio was not there. Almost an interception.
3rd down and 10, ball at the 30. Low snap. Squateri trying to run. Squateri will run. Can he get to the sticks? No, he cannot. James Griffiths and Jason Evans to stop him. The Sailors might be in 4-down territory here. It would be a long field goal from around the 26-yard line.
So that will leave the Sailors with a 4th down and 6.
And they will do exactly that. Luke Haskins hobbling off the field. A big 4th down early in this one. Under pressure. Can he make something out of nothing? Squateri has the room and the 1st down.
I think that's something we're going to see a lot of the rest of this game.
Squateri using his legs yet again. Takes them from 3rd down and 10 in 2 plays and gives the Sailors a much-needed 1st down.
This is a very well-conditioned Riverview secondary. They're going to be able to stay with these Sailors receivers for probably as long as a play can go on. Squateri is going to be scrambling all night long. He's going to have to use his feet. And big gains like that are going to happen. So that's something the Rams are going to have to adapt to as the game goes on.
They give to Ziegler on 1st down, and he is tackled from behind. No gain on 1st down, and that is going to take us to the end of quarter number 1. An exciting 1st quarter here at the Ramble between the Rams and the Sailors. The Sailors inside the red zone, trying to take the lead back on the Rams when we get back.
the Riverview.
Second down and 10. Second quarter action here at the Ramble. Mullet goes in motion. Looks to Mullet, got Mullet, and tackled out of bounds by Jermaine Mitchell. Close to the first down marker, and the ref takes a tumble in midfield.
Great job by Jermaine Mitchell getting to that play on the far side, making an open field tackle, or using the sideline. Great, tremendous speed by Jermaine Mitchell, number 6, corner for the Rams.
A third down and 5 inside the 15-yard line. The Sailors have been here before already.
If you're the Sailors, you do not want to settle for 3 like last drive.
Under pressure, Squateri gets it away to Ziegler, and he could not corral it. Andrew Clayton looks ready on the sideline. Will await the decision. And it looks like they're going to stay out on the field for a huge, huge fourth down for the Sailors.
We saw some pressure by the Rams there in the backfield. Number 11, Luke Haskins, getting his hands in the face of Johnny Squateri, forcing him to get rid of that ball.
And a timeout called by Sarasota. It's their second timeout of the first half. They will think over this fourth down decision. Now, this is a big decision in this game. You can't get too far out of it. You have the decision here to make it a one-point game or possibly go and take the lead. You're Sarasota. Is this the right decision here on fourth down and 5?
See, I think if they've got some trickery in their playbook, this is the time to use it. This is a game where they have to be bold if they want to win, right? You know, it's hard to say. It is early in the game.
Because you can make the argument, hey, let's take the points, let's keep this close.
Right.
Let's not give Riverview momentum. But then there's also the, hey, we're 1-7. We haven't beat this team in 12 years.
Yeah,
let's go on and make
something. The
something.
Sailors' offense looking very good as of yet, but will they be able to keep it up?
They've driven
and
inside.
I think that's what goes into the decision-making for Coach Phillips.
They've taken it inside the 15 on both drives. Squateri leads the Sailors' offense back out on there for fourth down and 5 from the Rams 13. Squateri under pressure, and the ball has come loose. A comes up with it, but a big Riverview stop. Henry Feligrio with the huge sack, and the Riverview defense makes a stop, and the Rams take over.
Yeah, Squateri feeling pressure from both sides. Nowhere to go, really. His strong suit is scrambling out of the pocket, but he had nowhere to go.
11:02 to go here in quarter number 2. Just getting things underway. Thomas and the Rams offense.
There's currently
back
no
out
defender over Anthony Campbell on the right side right now. There they go.
Thomas looking. Airs one out to Campbell, and it's knocked away. A little bit underthrown from Thomas.
We've seen that before. Thomas hesitating just a little too much before getting rid of that ball. Anthony Campbell open on the post route down the field. Braxton Thomas holding onto the ball. Double clutches. By the time he gets rid of that ball, it's a little underthrown, and the Sarasota secondary is there to cover.
Yeah, Campbell had both of them beat down the field. The second down give, it's to Johnson. And Johnson going to be wrapped up by a flurry of Sailors.
The thing about these Riverview running backs, even if they don't get a big gain, right, they wear out this Sarasota defense. I mean, it takes 11 guys to bring down one of these running backs. And DJ Johnson didn't even go down there.
3rd down and 5. Johnson, the man in the backfield, 3 wide receivers to the right. Wheeler, Campbell, and Miller. They'll give it. No, fakes it to Miller, and he hangs on to it. Nice catch right there by Anthony Miller. The sophomore quarterback, wide receiver, sometimes kicker. He can do it all and makes an impressive catch on 3rd down.
Yeah, what a snag there by Anthony Miller. Braxton Thomas putting that right in Miller's chest pads. Way to hold on to the ball by Miller.
The give to Johnson on 1st down. And he'll pick up 6 yards on 1st down. DJ Johnson, a true workhorse. Again, earlier today on the first carry of the game, got over 1,000 rushing yards. His goal for the season was 1,500. And with the playoffs included, he very well could be on his way to that. Johnson tackled right away, though, on 2nd down and short. And it will bring up 3rd down and 4 from their own 42-yard line.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a heavy run game this game. We're going to see the Riverview offense just wear down the Sarasota defense.
Thomas, the quarterback keeper, lowers his shoulder and picks up the 1st down.
That is a big boy coming at you. I don't know his exact stats, but I've stood next to him before.
Thomas coming into the game, 7 rushing touchdowns and has rushed for 253 yards on the season. Thomas on 1st down. It's a screen to Miller. Miller out of bounds at the 45-yard line for a 5-yard gain. And something the defense has to be worried about is you wouldn't have been shocked if Miller took that pass and made a pass of his own down the field. He's shown that time and time again this season.
I was just thinking the same thing. It reminded me of week 1 when Anthony Miller took the screen pass and then chucked one downfield to Anthony Campbell for a touchdown.
Handoff on 2nd down and 5 to Isaiah Belt, and he's swung to the ground by Hayden McSwain, the leading tackler for the Sailors. And it will bring up another 3rd down for the Rams. Nearing the halfway point of the 2nd quarter. Thomas hands it off on 3rd and 7. Belt spins off one and cannot get to the sticks. He's going to be about 2 yards short, and we'll see if Riverview elects to go for it here. And that's exactly what they'll do. 4th down and 2. Another quarterback keeper. Thomas shaves off the tackler and picks up the sticks. Looked like at first Thomas was going to be brought down right at the line of scrimmage, spun off the tackler. An impressive run. We just talked about it. He's a big boy. Makes big plays with the legs and gives the Rams a new set of chains. Johnson bouncing and picking up the first down. The Rams running all over the Sailors here.
Yeah, great effort by Braxton Thomas to pick up that first down, but then we see once again DJ Johnson just evading defenders.
If it's not broken, don't fix it. Another carry from DJ Johnson. This one goes for 22 yards, and it's another Riverview first down. Make it first and goal at the 5.
Like you said, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. This run game is not by any means broken.
And we will have timeout on the field called by Sarasota, and this will be their final timeout.
So Sarasota here will use their final timeout, try and give their defense a rest from this Riverview offense. Rams have run all over them on this drive, and especially on the last 2 plays. Rams trying to extend the lead.
Yeah, that missed 4th down conversion by the Sailors will be huge if the Rams wind up going up 14-3 at the end of this drive.
And we talked about it before the drive about how important it was for Sarasota to score when they get down there. And they settled for 3 on the first time they got inside the 20. The second time they got inside the 20, they were stuffed on 4th down and short. Those opportunities you have to cash in on against this Riverview offense.
Yeah, I like the risk, but you've got to have a play that you know works for situations just like that. You got to have a go-to play. I mean, maybe that was it. Who knows? But
pre-snap penalty on the Sailors. So it'll be half the distance to the goal. So put them at about the 2.5-yard line. It's first down and goal for the Rams. DJ Johnson the back. And DJ Johnson in the end zone. DJ Johnson coming off a 3-touchdown performance against Manatee gets in the end zone for the first time tonight, his 12th of the season, and the Rams lead the Sailors 13-3.
Powerful run there by DJ Johnson. Not surprised that by the ball carrier. I mean, I think I speak for everyone when I say we knew who the ball was going to.
The Rams running game is pouring it right on the Sailors. We've got a good one at the Ramble, and the Rams open up a double-digit lead. 6:42 to play here in quarter number 2. It's the Rams 14 and the Sailors 3. The first 2 goes out of bounds, and so the Sailors will get some good field position to start their 3rd drive of the game. Now, the Sailors have been moving the ball down the field. What do they got to do to punch it in down in the red zone if they get down there again?
I mean, they've been utilizing the entire field, but they've been running a few of the same plays. Like I said earlier, when they opened up the playbook and they threw a pass, a slant over the middle for a big gain. So that's what they've got to do. The same concept. Dig into the playbook, find a play that they haven't used yet, and surprise the Riverview defense.
And if
it's
you're
the
going
only
to
way that they're going to punch one in.
If you're going to dig into the playbook at any time during the season, this is definitely the game to do it. 1-7, a 12-game losing streak to the Rams, trying to do anything and everything to break that streak, and that's not going to help. The screen to Mullet, and he was met right away right there by Jason Evans. So it'll be 2nd down and 10. They'll mark them right at the original line of scrimmage. Halfway through quarter number 2.
Single receiver on the far side of the Sailors.
There's Mullet in motion again. This time the give to Ziegler, and Ziegler taken down by a flurry of Rams. Landon Marsters in the heart of that tackle, and that brings up a 3rd down and 7 for the Sailors. You know, Ziegler was a big part of that first drive, but obviously got that carry there. Wasn't used at all in drive number 2. Limited his workhorse here in the last little bit.
Yeah, I think the Sailors need to try and see what Ziegler can do, what he's capable of.
Squateri might have been above the line of scrimmage, but it does not matter. Mullet had it in his hands, but tried to run before making the grab, and the Sailors are forced to punt. Well, you talk about kicking yourself in the foot right there. He had about 20, 30 yards of green grass in front of him.
And you see the recognition by Squateri to see the linebacker coming up, leaving the receiver open space downfield. Another receiver taking the far side corner down the field. There's a bunch of open space there. Cannot recall who that receiver was, but they found the open space. Beautiful pass.
And a low snap, and oh wow, what a fake! And then it is fair caught by Anthony Campbell. Andrew Clayton took the low snap, faked the punt, and then booted it away to avoid disaster. .5:05 to go here in quarter number 2, and the Rams will begin their 3rd offensive drive at the 36-yard line. And it will be Jeremiah Dawson who is in at quarterback now.
Opportunities like that 3rd down or where a receiver is wide open with tons of green space need to be taken advantage of.
Isaiah Bell just taking it right to the Sailors defense. Give them 10 on the carry, and it's another 1st down for the Riverview Rams. Right back to him. And plows ahead for another solid gain. Gets it across midfield to the 48-yard line. Rams moving with some tempo. Jeremiah Dawson hasn't been called into action much this season, but when he has been, he has delivered for the Riverview Rams. Hands off again. It's Isaiah Bell again. And another 1st down. You know, last drive it was all DJ Johnson, and this drive it's all Isaiah Bell. DJ Johnson now does come in as the back.
I wonder if we're going to see run, and then see Jeremiah Dawson open it up, use his arm to punch one in.
The Rams do keep it on the ground on 1st down. A 6-yard gain on the carry. Couple of Sailors there to make the stop. In a fast-moving first half of action. Not even 45 minutes into the affair, and we're under 4 minutes to play in half number 1. Dawson. A pitch to Jackson Waptrowski, and he is met right away.
Dawson pitches it to number 2, Jackson Waptrowski.
Kaiser Bordone's on the initial stop, and it brings up 3rd down and short.
The Rams will be faced with 3rd down and 2.
See, both Thomas and Anthony Miller, helmets off, just sitting on the sideline. They don't appear to be hurt, just not playing on the drive. The handoff on 3rd and short, and Isaiah Belt breaks free, and he has his 2nd of the game. Oh, wait a minute, they're going to mark him down at the 1.
We see 2 tight ends line up on the left side to block for Isaiah Belt.
Rams go quickly to the line of scrimmage.
Great blocking downfield by Christian Lietzau, Jaden Key.
Belt gets in the end zone this time. His 2nd of the day, and the Rams are starting to pull away against the Sailors. Isaiah Belt and DJ Johnson. What a running back duo it is. And the best part, this will be back at it again next year. DJ Johnson only a junior, and Isaiah Belt a sophomore.
Yeah, not sure I've seen anything quite like it.
And it's a fake. Majestic Van Ingen, can she get the edge? No, she cannot. She's thrown down. Majestic Van Ingen was just a few yards away from scoring her first ever offensive points, not on a kick.
Man, what an effort. For those who don't know, Majestic Van Ingen plays 3 sports in football, soccer, and track. She's quite the athlete. Great speed out of Van Ingen, just a few feet short from that goal line, and takes quite the slam there at the end.
Rams set to kick it away to the Sailors, who will have 2 minutes and 43 seconds to try and salvage some of this second half. And a little pooch kick that bounces, and the Rams might get this. And the Rams do get it. How about that? KJ Brown on the recovery. A huge, huge chance now for the Rams to really put this out of striking distance for the Sailors. A beautiful pooch kick that the Sailors didn't just let drop. It took the right bounce the Rams' way, and KJ Brown dove on it. We'll await what the penalty flag is. But the Rams offense getting set to take the field.
And it is a dead ball, personal foul penalty against the Sailors for the Rams.
And it's 15 against the Sailors. So the Rams are going to start this drive inside the 15-yard line.
Man,
how about that?
Danny Fieri, the kicker for the Rams, putting that right where the defenders weren't. Beautiful placement by the kicker. Put it right where it was intended. And a beautiful bounce.
It was exactly
bounces backwards perfectly.
It was exactly what Sarasota did, except Riverview got under it, called the fair catch. That's what Sarasota needed to do. Nobody came up on it. But a perfectly placed kick. And now it is first down and 10 at the Sailors' 13-yard line.
Anthony Campbell and Anthony Miller stacked on the left side.
Thomas to DJ Johnson on first down. And he picks up 5 on the carry.
Down near the 9-yard line after a pickup of 4 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 6.
And the Sailors are all out of timeouts.
For Sean Charles.
Thomas alone in the gun.
Quarterback sneak, perhaps.
We've seen it in this spot before, especially when they've gone to this 5-wide set.
Don't think they'll be throwing them. Oh,
They will. Thomas throws it over the middle, and he's got his man. Touchdown, Riverview.
beautiful recognition by Braxton Thomas, seeing the receiver come around the back of the end zone. And a late hit, I'm assuming a roughing the passer penalty on the Sailors. Late hit in the backfield by the Sailors. We saw Braxton Thomas on the ground, but stayed in there, stepped into his throw, took the hit, delivered a beautiful pass in the back to the back of the end zone. I think we'll see any more trickery out of Van Engen tonight.
And the extra point is good. The Rams pouring it on here at the Ramble. Under 2 to play in quarter number 2. Braxton Thomas finds Anthony Campbell on 2nd down and goal, or on 2nd down and 8. It's the Rams 27 and the Sailors 3. And Thomas finds his leading receiver, Anthony Campbell. And the Rams will kick it off from the Sailors' 45-yard line, and they're going to bring majestic Van Engen.
You've seen Riverview, this Riverview special teams kickoff unit utilize their onside kicks, especially when Van Engen is on the field. I mean,
she had a great one against Clearwater last week.
27-3 ball game.
And
yeah,
another
I didn't think
pooch.
so. Sailor smart in catching this one. Gets lit up.
That was Franklin Crawford on the return. And they will start their drive right around the 20-yard line. So first down and 10 for Sarasota, who at this point is just trying to salvage something. Nothing has gone their way since that opening drive where they took a 3-0 lead. Can they salvage something before halftime? And Riverview also gets the ball to start the second half. It'll be first down and 10 from their own 20. Squatarius screen to Ziegler. And a flag comes flying from behind. This could very well be coming back for a holding. Oh, a face mask on Riverview. So an additional 15 for the Sailors after a solid first down play to Joe Ziegler. Time's winding down. 90 seconds to go here in half number one. Squateri on first down. Over the middle and incomplete. Was looking for Franklin Crawford, Jermaine Mitchell in coverage. So second down and 10, and the Sailors just a testament to how this season has really gone. And, you know, after last year's great game, which the score says 14-0, but it really wasn't. It was a 7-0 game until the final 2 minutes of the game. Just a completely different story than what the previous year was. Obviously, the Sailors have gone through a coaching transition, and taking over a program is never an easy thing to do. The Sailors lost a lot of talent when now Riverview offensive coordinator Brody Wiseman was fired. And it's not an easy thing taking over, you know, a new team, but after last year making the playoffs for the first time in a while, winning a playoff game for the first time in even longer, to now maybe only winning one game on the season. Third down for the Sailors. Squateri under pressure, gets away, and overthrows his intended receiver. Was looking for Nathan Wells on the sideline, and it brings up fourth down and 3. Normally you would think they would go for it here, but with how much time is left in the first half, the Sailors might elect to punt this one away.
Yeah, with the momentum that the Rams have, the last thing you want to do is give them this type of field position with an entire minute left on the clock. In this game, for the Riverview offense, a minute is a lot of time. That is pretty much all they need to go down, score, or at least knock in 3 before the half.
Andrew Clayton gets it away. A nice punt that sends Campbell back. And Campbell calls a late fair catch at the 15-yard line. And that's where the Rams will take over. So with Riverview getting the ball to start the second half, we'll see how aggressive that Brody Wiseman and company wants to be here with these 55 seconds. But between Thomas and Anthony Miller, you have the ability to throw a deep one down the field, possibly get in field goal range for Majestic Van Ingen.
Yeah, I mean, you saw with the two-point conversion attempt by Van Ingen and the pooch kick that was recovered by the Rams, how aggressive they want to be even though they are up by 24 in this first half. So maybe we'll see an aggressive offense by the Rams. Yeah, we see Dawson throwing.
It's Thomas. Thomas airs one out to Anthony Campbell, and it's underthrown and intercepted by the safety. Read it like a book. It's Chris Espinel with the interception.
Yeah, like I was saying, the Riverview offense continuing to be aggressive. From the looks of it, they want to run up the score during this rivalry game.
Well, and how could you
They are not showing mercy whatsoever. I mean, they are just going. And you see it there. Braxton Thomas trying to throw it 50 yards down the field with 45 seconds left before they go to half while they're up 24.
And a nice read by Chris Espinel to give the Sailors another chance before the break. Pressure from Haskins. Dump off to Ziegler. And tackled after a gain of 3.
Man.
Filigoro got there as well.
With the exception of the first drive, one thing we've seen by this Riverview defense is great open field tackling. The maneuvers by both the quarterback and the running back and Ziegler are not fooling these Ram defenders.
And on third down, on second down, Jack Folveg gets back there. 10 seconds, Sailors running out of time. Will they take one final heave? Will they be able to? Folveg gets the pressure on him, and he will just toss it out of bounds. And that will take us to halftime here at the Ramble. It's all Riverview trying to get their 13th straight win over the Sailors. Rams 27, Sailors 3.
Coming up next, it's time for the halftime show of the best band in the land, the Riverview High School Guilty Band, coming up next.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com. Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
But before we get started, we'd like to take this time to honor our senior class of 2024. Please help me and congratulate Anna Badalon, Madison Bear, Paulina Benoit, Eva Cardoza, Olivia Cholinsky, Franco Fuentes Pichetti, Laura Fusaro, Noah Gillespie, Sadie Harrison, Amelia Hilton, Emily Hockey, Daniel Hausdedler, Joseph Houch, Jacob Lirio, Samuel Mannering, Jack McInnes, Charles McMullen, Molly McWilliams, Zach Bockerman, Slade Bockerman, Michaela McGrail, Rachel Newcomb, Addison Canella, Nicole Pino, Kate Phillips, Cody Hyatt, Max Ramos, Carter Rudolph, Caroline Russell, Catherine Saltzman, Jack Shaneford, Megan Stevenson, Alex Kubik, Noah Tonneson, Tyler Truong, Jamil Belkamp, Andrew White, Brandon Wiggin, and Aiden Zangle. Thank you again, senior class. Once again, always good. 1981 featured hit and Tacoma Timeless Classic. Our show continues with Don't Stop Believing. Pipers and Highland dancers with one of the sword bands. Please enjoy Queen's We Will Rock You and the traditional melody Back in Irish. Perform the drum dance is Samantha Rainey. trumpet soloist Noah Thomason, we close with the lead single from that album, Mr. Roboto. Again, the Guilty Band. Guilty was lucky tag card with sponsors for their generous support. Chick-fil-A and Element Club. Complete general contracting. Gulf Game Aluminum, Ichabod Restaurant and Big T. Local 7433, Marijuana Group, First Coffee Bar, Premium Pizza and Golf Game, Trinity Construction, Secret Home Solutions, all local. And thank you as always, Ram Nation, for your continued support.
Let's give it up one more time for the best band in the land, the Riverview High School Guilty Band. And best of luck tomorrow night, trophies at the MPA competition. Few stores from around the area at halftime. Palmetto 26, Manatee 17. At half, Charlotte 37, Ida Baker 0. In the second.
Whenever you need us, just reach out, and we'll be there to deliver the healthcare you need. Find a care site near you at hcafloridahealthcare.com.
Welcome back to the Ramble as the second half of the Rams and the Sailors getting set to kick off in what was a first half dominated by the Riverview offense, but in particular the run game. DJ Johnson with a running touchdown, Isaiah Belt with 2 running touchdowns. The Rams just pouring it on against the Sailors tonight, and the Rams about to close out, or after 2 weeks ago, I'm not going to say any game's over till it hits 0, but well on their way to closing out a 13th straight win against the Sailors. And a little bit of a fun fact that we'll get into later on. It has been, it's been a long time since Sarasota's beaten Riverview.
12 years?
Let's take you back to 2011 when that happened. Isaiah Belt, who has 2 rushing touchdowns in this game, but we were in maybe first grade. Well, Isaiah Belt wasn't even in grade school. Isaiah Belt probably didn't know his ABCs the last time the Sailors beat the Rams. That's truly how long it's been since Sarasota's been able to beat Riverview. It's truly just domination every single year. Sarasota had 2 chances last year, in arguably their best chance in the last 10 years, and they weren't able to do it. 2 chances. And it would take one heck of a miracle to win this one, but after 2 weeks to go, we're not ruling out anything here at the Ramble because we've seen crazier. And I think we can use that line for
I
forever and ever.
I think we've seen the craziest. I mean, the ending to that Clearwater football game was like nothing else I've ever seen before.
And you can watch it live on, you can watch it on a replay and you can, wow, this is crazy. But if you watch that live, I promise you, you'll never watch a game live that ends like that ever again. It's the craziest one you'll see. This one, not so much the craziest game you'll see, as here is a first down throw from Thomas, and Anthony Campbell, a little shake and bake, and gets across midfield. Anthony Campbell, his second reception of the day, and it's a first down for the Rams. It's a nice throw over the defensive line right there, and then a nice little stop and go move from Anthony Campbell.
Yeah, extremely shifty receiver in Anthony Campbell. This throw goes back to him.
And the ball comes out, and the Sailors have it. And that's exactly the start that the Sailors were hoping for. Mazio Brooks, the man who falls on it.
Anthony Campbell, a receiver that's really good in terms of run after catch, excuse me. Just typically good ball security, just happens to let that one slip out right there. But really quick on his feet, shifty receiver. Has made the most of his time here with the Rams.
The senior wide receiver who dealt with a lot of injuries last year, didn't see the playing time at all, really came out of nowhere this season as the Rams' top wide receiver. First down, give to Ziegler, goes for about 1. Second down and 9 coming up for the Sailors, and Johnny Scuteri has shown flashes today of his ability, but hasn't quite been able to get anything going his way, besides a few carries on the ground.
Yeah, like you said, he's flashed his ability, but he hasn't quite put it all together. He hasn't quite put the pieces where they belong. Now, the Sailors' offense,
and the ball comes out, a muffed exchange, but the Sailors fall on it. It's Ziegler who corrals it at the 31-yard line. Just a bad exchange between Scuteri and Ziegler. Lucky that Landon Marsters didn't fall on it.
Right on cue, as I was just about to say, the Sailors' offense cannot afford to make as many mistakes as they did in the first half. They almost need to be perfect.
Have to be perfect.
They need to be perfect, but at the same time, it may not matter what their offense can do, but their defense, on the other hand, needs to put stops. Needs to make stops. Excuse me.
The defense did that on the first time, and a little pitch pass down the sideline to the tight end, Nathan Wells, and it's going to put him in a much more manageable fourth down spot. And the Sailors have no choice but to go for it, down by 24.
At this point in the game, it is 4-down territory.
And maybe it is not 4-down territory. I just don't get this. Down 24, 10-12 to go. Granted, time's on your side, but you need 3 touchdowns and 3 two-point conversions. Time's not on your side here. Another Riverview score, and it's out of the game. Or you're out of the game.
This Sarasota team does not have anything to lose. They can only help themselves by going for it on 4th and short, in my opinion. A 1-7 record.
Well, the Sailors elect to punt and rely on their defense, who forced a fumble on the last drive, which was recovered by Mazio Brooks, and they'll need to rely on him here tonight, especially with that decision to punt the football. So it's the second drive of the game for the Rams, or of the second half for the Rams, and it's Jeremiah Dawson who comes in at quarterback.
The Sailors have got to elect to take risks and be bold in order to win. to put up an attempt at winning this football game.
Handoff up the middle to DJ Johnson. Goes for maybe 1 yard. They'll bring up 2nd down and 9.
Second and 9 for the Rams.
Anthony Miller, Braxton Thomas, and Anthony Campbell on the sideline with their helmets off for this drive. Dawson in the shotgun hands it off to Johnson. Johnson trying to get around the defender, but he is brought to the ground. An impressive tackle right there.
Down by number 30, Roshan Charles. Third down and 9.
So 3rd down and 9. Cinecor goes in motion. 9:05 to go here in the 3rd quarter. Rams have been put in a couple of tough 3rd down situations today. Dawson looks to air it out on 3rd down. Got a man over the middle, and Cinecor cannot corral it. A little bit wide, and Cinecor's diving attempt just short, and the Rams are forced to punt it away, so the Sailors defense does its job once again.
Great job by Nick Cinecor getting open downfield. I mean, there was putting the defender behind him. Great arm, and Jeremiah Dawson almost puts that ball right on the money. I would say it was a catchable ball, but definitely a difficult catch. Great effort, though, there by Nick Cinecor, number 18.
And a short punt that takes a Riverview bounce to the 46-yard line. There's a flag on the play. See what the penalty flag is. And it's holding on Riverview.
You know, there's just no need at this point in the game to find yourself being penalized for holding calls.
Penalty yardage will help out Sailors. They'll move along 36-yard line. That's where they'll start the 1st and 10.
The Sailors will start at the 36-yard line on this drive. Great field position to try and get themselves back into this game. Down by 3 scores. Early quarter number 3. Squateri spins away. Tries to check it down on the sideline, but well short of his intended receiver, Chris Espinel, who had an interception in the 1st half, under a minute to go in the 2nd quarter when Chris Espinel picked off Braxton Thomas. So 2nd down and 10 here at the Riverview 36-yard line, and Sailors just trying to slowly claw their way back into this game, and it's really the only thing you can do. But you know, you talked about it earlier, the defense had to do its part, and they have so far with the forced fumble and then a quick 3 and out.
Yeah, so when the defense does its part, the offense also has to play its part as well. The only way that the Sailors are going to come back and win this football game, or at least make it close, is, as we stated previously, to play perfect. Play perfect football these next 2 quarters.
James Griffiths tackled Ziegler after a gain of 2, so it's going to bring up 3rd down and 8.
And that entails moving the ball downfield in preferably less than 3 downs per set of downs.
Crawford goes in motion. A dump down to their tight end, Wells, and Wells has the 1st down. Nathan Wells, the leading receiver for this Sarasota team, continues to impress tonight. Ball placed right at the 25-yard line for the Sailors, a fresh set of downs. Squateri has time in the pocket and steps up and was hit as he threw.
Squateri receiving little to no time in the pocket. I mean, just forced repeatedly to get rid of the ball, make inaccurate throws, being forced to throw on the run. You know, you can only think that quickly off the top of your head and make clutch plays so many times in a row.
2nd and 10.
Once again.
And the dump off to Ziegler goes nowhere. They'll bring up 3rd down and 10 for Scuteri in the Sailors offense. Nearing the halfway point in quarter number 3. Still locked up at a 27-3 score. On 3rd down. And it's incomplete, was looking for Ziegler again. And it will bring up 4th down and 11.
I mean, passes like that have got to be caught. Although he would not have gotten the 1st down. And
they're going to bring out the field goal kicker here, Andrew Clayton. Accounts for the only points the Sailors have today. This is going to be a long field goal attempt.
Sailors are going to send out the field goal unit here. This is going to be Andrew Clayton.
A 43-yard attempt.
3-yard field goal from the right hash.
Rams prepared for a fake. They don't. The kick is up. And it is good. Andrew Clayton from 43 yards out knocks in the field goal. And the Rams lead has been cut to 21. It's 27-6 after Andrew Clayton knocks in one from 43. DJ Johnson, the man deep back to receive for the Rams. Rams on top by 21. Just over 18 minutes away from their 13th straight win over the Sailors. And Johnson lets it go into the end zone. Well, tried to catch it. I don't know if he let it go back there, but it will be 1st down and 10 for the Rams at the 20-yard line. That looked like us throwing out in the field pregame warm-ups.
Yeah, we should.
There's a reason
We should have those helmet and shoulder pads.
There's a reason you were a punter and the reason I never played football. First down and 10 for the Rams.
Braxton Thomas back out on the field.
Along with Campbell and Miller, who were both out on that last drive. Wheeler in motion. And they'll get it over to Wheeler on the near side. And Wheeler, nice moves and gets around 9 yards on the play. And bring up second down and short. And the handoff and tripped up initially, but DJ Johnson gets enough for the first down. They'll mark him at the 32, and a fresh set of downs for the Rams, who have done it really all season long, but the run game that they possess is truly second to none. With DJ Johnson and Isaiah Belt, and then you've got Braxton Thomas whenever he wants. He can keep it as well. The first down carry by Johnson goes for 2.
Yeah, I mean, what we've seen here this season by both running backs is truly remarkable. I mean, to see a backfield as strong as Riverview's. Yeah, I mean, it's not like one is better than the other. It's not like they have a clear starter. Now, one may get more reps than the other, but I mean, both.
It's not by a lot, though. DJ Johnson definitely does have the heavier workload, but it's not by a lot. The two are only 300 yards apart in total yards for the season, as there's Isaiah Belt with the 7-yard carry. Make it 8. Thomas, the quarterback keeper, running the legs and does get a first down, but the ball comes out again, and the Sailors defense again comes up with the stop. This time, it is Kaiser Bordone who recovers it. And again, Coach Smithers talked about it in our pregame meeting today about wanting to start the third quarter better. He felt that they had slacked in that category in the past few weeks. And here we are again. 2 fumbles in the first 7 minutes of the third quarter. The Sailors got 3, so it's not like it's killed them. But a touchdown here, and you're looking at a 2-score game, and the Sailors are right back in it.
Right, what the Sailors need to do is capitalize on these turnovers. I mean, if they don't, there's just no way they're going to be able to stay in this game. But if they can score when Riverview allows them to.
And that's a good start as Crawford takes the reverse. And the ball's come out, but they blew the play dead. Evans had it. Wait a minute, they blew the play dead. But the official on the far sideline says Riverview football. Was the play not blown dead? The refs are going to talk about this. It appeared that the ref on the far side called the play dead. Possibly stepped out of bounds is the only thing I can think of. The refs will conjure. But the Riverview offense will take the field.
I mean, as I was just saying prior to that play, the Sailor offense cannot afford to return the favor back to the Rams when the Rams give them opportunities like they just did.
And a huge break for the Rams The Sailors were taking it right down, or right into the Riverview territory. Let's watch this again here. Yeah, Evans just took it right from him. But he did not step out of bounds, so confused as to why the play was blown dead and the fumble was still given. And a first down carry, and there's a positive gain from DJ Johnson on first down. And DJ Johnson, a little scuffle with the Sarasota assistant coach over there on the sideline.
That aggressiveness by Jason Evans is something we've seen all year long by every unit of this Riverview team.
Johnson trying to make something out of nothing, but a nice hit right there from Nick Wazowicz. And we saw it in the Clearwater game. He recovered a fumble, also had an interception, and Crawford had it in his hands, and Evans said no. Took it right from him. 2nd down and 7. Ball at their own 41-yard line.
I mean, yeah, when you want that ball more than the ball carrier, Jason Evans will find a way to get it.
Shaking and baking is DJ Johnson. Only gets 2 yards. This Sarasota defense is really keyed in on the running attack for the Rams here in half number 2. Couple of, chunk plays here and there. You just saw the nice 20-yard game by DJ Johnson, but it's been very controlled where it was not at all in half number 1. A big 3rd down here for the Rams. Haven't been able to move the ball at all in half number 2 until just now. Isaiah Belt's got him beat on the sideline, and he's got his 3rd of the game. Throw the hats on the field. It's a hat trick for Isaiah Belt.
What an explosive run by Isaiah Belt. Finds the seam created for him by his blockers. Shoots the gap. I mean, the explosiveness out of both running backs is just, as we keep saying, I know we sound like broken records, but I mean, we can't get over the talent we've seen thus far. Proven again right there by Isaiah Belt. I mean, just exploding down the sideline, blowing past the corner, and then the safety that comes over to help. No chance of catching up to Isaiah Belt. Beautiful run.
And the Rams now lead by 28 at home against the Sailors, are a touchdown and an extra point away from putting a running clock on the Sailors and everybody getting to bed early tonight. I just talked about it, and the classic announcer jinx right there. Sarasota defensively was locked in right until that play, and then Isaiah Belt down the sideline. It is something. We talk about DJ Johnson a lot, just had his 150th carry tonight, got to 1,000 yards, but sometimes, not always, not most times, but sometimes lost in the DJ Johnson talk is Isaiah Belt, who tonight has rushed for well over 100 yards, has 3 touchdowns on the night, and he very soon will be a 1,000-yard rusher. Has the chance to do that next week, if not for sure, will accumulate that total in the playoffs. He is only a sophomore, and we have this duo for another year. I mean, 2 1,000-yard running backs is that's special, man. That's something you don't see every day.
Yeah, it's one thing this year, but they're only going to get better.
And a block in the back. This will be coming back for the Sailors.
Now, the interesting thing about high school is that you cannot hurdle. So you see the returner hurdle a tackler and the flag thrown by...
You can't hurdle in high school?
You cannot hurdle in high school.
What?
Yep. I'm not sure the purpose of that rule. I guess it's for safety reasons, but as soon as the returner hurdles that Ram defender, you see the flag thrown by the referee in the back.
maybe 2 flags. There was for sure a block in the back from Sarasota, but no hurdling, really? Is there no reason on that either?
Looks like there are multiple flags, and there will be a block in the back penalty against the Sailors, and then a dead ball personal foul penalty against the Rams.
So the penalties most likely will offset. We'll see what happens here.
So they will walk back the penalty yard against the Sailors to the 20.
And the Sailors will start at the 20-yard line with 2:40 to go in quarter number 3.
Now, to my knowledge, unless that has changed, I thought hurdling was illegal at the
Well, I don't
high
know
school
if there
level.
I don't know if there was a hurdle. I didn't see a hurdle on the play.
I thought maybe I'm seeing things. I mean, that
I
might be-
think you might be seeing things.
I don't know. Maybe it's all the orange.
First down throw over to Mullet. Picks up around 8 yards on the reception.
And Marshall's on the stop after the gain of 9. It'll be 2nd and 1.
Second down and 1. Squateri in the shotgun. Mullet goes in motion. And some pre-snap movement. False start. So back him up 5 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6 now. Coming up on the schedule for the Riverview Rams, they will be home for the final game of the regular season. And Jonathan, it went by fast. Already, the final week, they will go up against Charlotte. And a chance, presuming this holds, to end the year 6-4. Right now in the playoff standings, the Riverview Rams are the 3 seed. Manatee 2 and Venice 1. Riverview did just beat Manatee, but due to Manatee having the better overall record by 2 games, has Manatee at that 2 spot. So the Rams will most likely need them to fall one more time. Otherwise, the Rams will be in a safe spot for that 3 seed and should host a playoff home game, which they haven't done in quite some time. Last time the Rams hosted a playoff home game was 3 seasons ago. Pass over the middle, but a flag comes out, and this will most likely extend the drive.
Yeah, you see some contact there by the Riverview secondary. Now, not quite sure if that ball was catchable, but the flag was thrown.
First down and 10 for the Sailors after the pass interference. Scrambling, trying to make something out of nothing. A nice hit, but a nice throw. And a first down for the Sailors. He once again connects with Wells.
Man, great concentration there by Squateri. I mean, it looked like he was going to be sacked a little, looking a little like Manziel back in Manziel's day. I mean, the pocket was collapsing, slips out of there through the back, scrambles to his left, and finds a receiver along the sideline for a gain of at least 10, moves the chains.
Took quite the hit on that. Squateri picks up the first down, though, on the connection with Wells. First down and 10. Under 30 seconds to play in the third quarter. A quick slant over the middle to Mullet, but Mullet again bobbles it. It's been 2 times tonight that Mullet's had it right in his hands, and just hasn't been able to corral it.
These key plays, these key pass plays for the Sailors, where Squitieri is putting it right in the hands of his receivers, but they just can't hold on to the ball. And we're talking big chunk plays. They're at least 15 yards, probably more. And the one in the first half, with tons of open space, same thing.
Under pressure, Squitieri gets away. Squitieri, talent is, oh man, what a catch that was by Chris Espinel. Was pointing for Chris Espinel to go up the field, did exactly that.
Yeah, we see Squitieri rolling out again, this time to his right, his throwing side, redirecting his receiver down the field. Beautiful throw, puts it right where only his receiver can catch it. And the receiver comes down with it. Way to make something out of nothing by Squitieri.
This should be the final play of the third quarter. Squitieri, pump fakes, fires to the end zone, got a man wide open, but he overthrows him. Was looking for Mullet. Mullet had the defender beat, just could not corral it.
Man, the amount of missed opportunities by this Sailors offense. I mean, they are only hurting themselves. They are beating. It's the Sailors against the Sailors.
In the way that we talked about it against Clearwater, when you had to win the little battles, you had to win the little things, which they did for just about every second of that game until the end. That's what Sarasota had to do tonight, and they haven't done that. And that's why you see the score you do.
I mean, when you have a wide open receiver in the end zone, that ball's just got to be lobbed up to where he can catch it. I mean, you could even throw that on a line to his back shoulder, you know, not a bullet pass, but you could throw it soft enough on a line to his back shoulder to where the defenders won't be able to touch it, and it's an easy touchdown. When there's a receiver that wide open in the end zone, that has got to be 6.
And on this short break, we'd like to thank some of our sponsors for helping us stream the Riverview football games. Chick-fil-A, Pelican Plaza, First Watch, New Concept Construction, Eco Clear, Melissa Wibtrowski Realtor, McDonald Wibtrowski Group, HCA Florida, Sarasota Doctors Hospital. Thank you for your support of Riverview Rams football. So one final play here to go in the third quarter. Sailors trying to get their first touchdown of the game. The only points they've acquired tonight have been off the leg of Andrew Clayton, who you could say has been the best player for Sarasota tonight between the 2 field goals and the impressive fake punt after a terrible snap to get it away before a block.
I'm not sure if that was a fake punt, because it was a punt.
Well, he faked a punt, and he faked like he was going to punt it, pulled it back, and then punted it. And hit as he threw, and it's going to still be time. And a little shake it up after the hit.
But yeah, I think it's a win for this Sailors offense if they just get the ball in the end zone.
Bring up 3rd down and 10, and an injury here for Sarasota. Looks like it's the tight end, Nathan Wells, who is down.
We're going to have timeout on the field for an injured Sailor.
I could say this has been the longest 8 seconds to a quarter ending I've ever seen, but it's not.
It's not after that ending we witnessed 2 weeks ago here at the Ramble.
But, to the Rams' credit, and we talked about it on the postgame, after we talked for about 15 minutes, and we said, hey, this can make or break your year. You know what? You can let this loss define you. You can go, and, throw this season away and not recover from it. However, what they did do is they went into a team that they haven't played in a while, renewed a rivalry against Manatee that was mostly dominated by Manatee back in the 80s and 90s. Manatee was really one of those only teams that got in the way of John Sprague's way of winning a state title. He got there twice, wasn't able to win it, but most of the times that they were that close, who got in the way? It was Manatee. Manatee used to dominate high school football like it was nothing. And they hadn't played in some 10, 15 years, and in that first game back, after the loss that they took, they won a huge game, 21-14, to get back on track and really submit themselves in a good spot going into the postseason. And on 3rd down and 10, the Rams get to him. Henry Feligio on the sack.
Squitieri with absolutely no time in the pocket. I mean, it's either it's scramble or bust almost for Squitieri. He's almost left with no option but to run and figure something out. You know, pull something out of a hat.
And that will send us again to quarter number 4. We'll be back with 4th quarter action in just a second. Fourth down and 16. Squitieri under pressure, dumps it off to Ziegler, and that was always going to be a hope and a dream on 4th down and 16, and the Riverview offense will take over. Just 4th down and 16, you got to open up the playbook a little more, you have to think. A design screenplay.
Yeah, I mean, Squitieri trying to look for seemingly trying to look for other receivers at first, but I mean, he has no time. That Riverview front 4 is in his face every single play. Now, sometimes he's fortunate enough to escape, right, sneak out of the pocket, make something happen, but you can only do that so many times. And that wasn't one of them, unfortunately, for the Sailors.
Dawson fires it over to the left or the right side to Anthony Miller. And goes backwards.
Miller is going to be taken down near the 21-yard line for a loss of a yard on the play.
4th quarter just underway here. If you're joining us on the broadcast, it's been all Riverview. It's been all Isaiah Belt and DJ Johnson tonight. Belt with 3 rushing touchdowns, and DJ Johnson with 1 of his own, and Isaiah Belt just carrying the load. He is something else on the ground.
Go ahead.
3rd down and short.
Not only is he a stellar athlete on the football field, but if you've ever had a conversation with Isaiah Belt, I mean, he's one of the nicest kids you'll ever meet. Very soft-spoken, very laid back. Just an awesome, great kid.
And not only that, he's also a thespian. Performed in the musical theater play at Riverview last year. I don't know how much he wants to be saying that on air, but he was the lead character in High School the Musical, or I believe that's what they did.
Yes, Isaiah Belt did appear in the High School Musical, the High School Musical production put on by the Riverview High School drama team, I guess you could say.
And here he is again. Isaiah Belt's legs just don't stop going. An 8-yard pickup from Isaiah Belt. Just running all over him, and you saw it on the last one too. Just his legs just go. Like you saw it on the first touchdown run too from Isaiah Belt. 2nd down and 2. Rams across midfield. Belt falls his blockers, and he's got a first down.
Set up a running lane for him, and he'll get to the 40-yard line, pick the 3 on the play, and once again, that'll move the chains. Good enough for Riverview. First down.
Yeah, the people working the chains are getting their steps in when Riverview's had the ball this evening.
Dawson, a beautiful fake, and he's got Christian Litzo, and Litzo in the end zone for a touchdown.
Perfectly executed by the offensive coordinator, Brody Wiseman. I mean, running the ball down there, Sarasota's throat, opens up the playbook on a tight end sneak, dumps the ball. Jeremiah Dawson dumps the ball right off to Christian Lietzau with tons of green in front of him. I mean, he could have backpedaled into that end zone.
And that's what
Beautiful play call.
That's what being able to. That's what being able to run the football so effectively does. Is you run the ball every single play that drive.
Now you see the Riverview offense back out on the field.
Thomas
Not sure.
rolling.
Double.
Throws it to. Is that Big L? That's Big L!
That's Big L.
Unbelievable! You want to talk about some trickery? You want to talk about everything Riverview's done? How about Big L
Man,
on the 2-point conversion?
Just when
Oh, baby!
we've seen it all.
Well, listen, they tried to get him earlier on the fullback run on the first play of the game. Didn't work. And if you looked at
They were going to get him that ball.
Listen, if you looked at him after that play, he was so pissed. He could not believe he got negative yards on that play. And how about it? Thomas rolls to the left, and who's standing there waiting on the right side?
Man,
Big
I
Al.
wish we could show you guys a replay.
Look at him out there, man.
Live on the broadcast, but man, I mean that was what a design by the Riverview offense with that one. I mean, just getting everyone involved with Van Ingen on the 2-point try earlier in the first half.
That almost worked too. That was an
Almost.
impressive bring down. Kind of just pulled her by the shirt. But how about it, man? You know he's on top of the world right now. You know he's on top of the world right there.
That was a sight to see.
Anytime a big man gets in the end zone, 2-point conversion or not, it's awesome. Rams set to kick this one away, and when it does get kicked away, we will have a running clock. A 36-point lead now for the Riverview Rams. Continued domination over the Sailors, and it'll be an early night as the kick goes into the back of the end zone.
Goes into the end zone for a touchback.
First down and 10, and that is well overthrown. Crawford wanted a flag, did not get one. Laventure on the coverage. Laventure had a huge interception in the end zone last week against Manatee. And again, we talked about it earlier, and we talked about how huge that win was, but the Rams were up 21-0. got to 21-14, and then Manatee on the final play of the game caught it at the 3-yard line. He spun to the left, looked like he was going to get into the end zone, and then Luke Haskins came from behind and made a game-saving tackle. Nice catch right there by Mullet.
The Rams bringing pressure 2 plays in a row this late in the game. I mean, you mentioned it earlier, but I mean the Rams looking to just dominate this Sarasota team. I mean, they don't want any more points being put up on the board.
Third down and 8. Rams show pressure. They bring pressure. Throws it down the field. Laventure turns his head, and it is incomplete. That's great coverage. It's someone, Olive Laventure really started getting into football not super long ago. Started, I believe, last year and transitioned from basketball. We actually played on the Riverview JV basketball team 3 years back and never had football in his mind. And as the year has gone on, he's really turned into be a solid cornerback for Riverview.
Yeah, originally a basketball player, as you said, decided to go out for the football team. Joined the team last year as a junior. You know, got a chance to watch, shadow a little bit, and, you know, worked his way into a starting spot as a senior, as the starting corner for this Rams defense.
He won't tell you, but I cooked him on one-on-ones in basketball. He won't admit it, but
Sure.
7:12 left here in the fourth quarter. And a timeout called. We'll head to a quick break. Rams dominating over the Sailors 42-6. Andrew Clayton set to boot it away. It's a shorter punt. Campbell's going to let it bounce. And it will roll to about the 45-yard line.
This one's going to be down at the 45-yard line after the Rams offense will head back out.
You know, I would say that the Rams are going to run out the clock here, but, you know, now I'm not sure after last drive. I mean,
Well, they'll be running out the clock anyway because it is a running clock. But
right. But
wouldn't be surprised if the Rams got in the end zone once again.
Yeah, I mean, if we see a few passes here by Dawson.
And we are 6 minutes away now, halfway through the fourth quarter, from seeing the 13th straight Riverview win over Sarasota. It has been forever since the Sailors were last able to do it, and it's going to take more time now. And a pre-snap flag. It has been 11 years, 11 months, and 29 days since the last victory Sarasota had over Riverview. Johnson, that ball carrier, I don't know how he's still up on his feet, and somehow turns this into a 4-yard run.
Jay Johnson, ball
should have easily been wrapped up behind the line of scrimmage for a loss, but it will bring up 2nd down and 1.
I mean, the fact that they don't go down, right, in general, the amount that they stay up on their feet is already impressive as it is. But to do it this late in the game, exhausted as they are, as many reps as they've had, to just keep pushing is something that's truly remarkable that we've seen from these running backs.
And there they go again. DJ Johnson gets to the 40-yard line, picks up yet another 1st down. First down and 10, Jeremiah Dawson gives it again to Johnson. Johnson gets away from the first defender, lowers his shoulder, and then a late hit out of bounds. They'll get Kaiser Bordones, who recovered a fumble earlier in the game, for the late hit out of bounds.
I don't know if you noticed, but there was an absolute pancake there by Al Oliver.
Nick Howe's having himself a day out there.
I mean, I think he took down 2 guys with 1 block. He blocked 1 guy right into the other.
Give him a pancake, give him a 2-point conversion. And next up, a touchdown. Like,
He'll take the whole breakfast.
at the 3-minute mark in the 4th quarter. Malik Bird, the fullback. And they'll give it to Bird. And Bird gets 2 yards. That play right there was one of the plays that John Sprague, who was honored tonight, and they named the stadium after tonight, loved to run back when he dominated head coaching at Riverview and led Riverview to 2 state championship appearances. And he's the most accomplished Riverview head coach of all time, without question. A nice pregame. Oh my goodness, DJ Johnson! And the flags fly out. I think that'll be your hurdle flag, but my goodness, DJ Johnson jumping to the moon.
A little delayed, but
This will be against the Rams and personal foul for hurdling.
yep, there it is.
That's the wildest thing. Like, I get it, safety measure, but like, really, we can't hurdle people now. Like, where are we going, man? Like,
I mean, I think that rule has been in place for years now, but I don't know why or when that originated.
Time continues to wind down, about to hit the minute mark.
Wonder what kinds of experimenting the Rams will do in this last minute. Oh, there we go.
Dawson kept it! Dawson kept it! And Dawson scores! Everybody and their grandma thought DJ Johnson had it, but Jeremiah Dawson takes it in for 6.
Look at the athleticism by Jeremiah Dawson. I mean, elite speed getting down that field. Bringing that in for 6.
How about it?
I bet that feels good for Dawson.
The icing on the cake tonight. The clock winds down. 15 seconds to get this extra point off. They might not even kick it. And that will do it. The Rams will not kick the extra point. And the Riverview Rams have their 13th straight win. 13 in a row against the Sailors. The Rams dominate again. And on the last play of the game, it's a Jeremiah Dawson rushing touchdown from over 30 yards out. And that just capped off what was a night of pure dominance from Riverview. The Rams will close out their season next week at home at the Ramble against Charlotte, and we hope to see you here on the Riverview Rams Sports Network. Again, your final score tonight at the Ramble. Domination continues 13 times in a row and 12 years in a row that the Riverview Rams defeat the Sarasota Sailors. From the entire camera crew and our producers, Jonathan Morelli, I'm Addison Resco. Thanks for stopping in on the Riverview Sports Network tonight. The Rams pick up a win and improve to 5-4 on the season with a 48-6 win over the Sailors.